Hello and welcome our blood viewers to RTD's News English edition. As usual, we begin tonight's news with the major and top highlights. Passation ceremony at the Ministry of Labor and Budget. Handing over. And on the international scene, a fire in the South African Parliament, the National Assembly completely destroyed. Those were the major top highlights. Welcome back to our newsroom, our beloved viewers. The day began with the handover between the new Minister of Labor, Mr. Umar Abdi Said, and the outgoing Minister, Mr. Isman Ibrahim Roble. The ceremony took place in the premises of the Ministry of Labor located in the ministerial city. The ceremony was held in the presence of the acting Prime Minister, Mr. Ali Hassan Bahdon, the Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Naguib Abdullah Kamil, members of the Cabinet, representatives of the Staff Association, directors, and coordinators. The ceremony, which brought together all the services of the ministry, was an opportunity to pay tribute to their outgoing minister, a great servant of the nation. The outgoing minister took stock of his achievements and wished much success to his successor. After the Ministry of Labor was the budget, where the outgoing Minister, Mr. Abdul Karim Aden, chair, and the new Minister, Mr. Isman Ibrahim Roble, proceeded to the solemn ceremony of the handover. During this ceremony of exchange of instructions, followed by the signing of the report, in the presence of the interim Prime Minister, Mr. Ali Hassan Bahdon, and the Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Naguib Abdullah Kamil. In their exchange, the outgoing minister welcomed his successor and wished him every success. The Minister of Youth and Culture, Dr. Hibu Mumin Asawi, received this morning the Miss Djibouti. Mahdi Abdullahi Darar returned yesterday from Tanzania, where she had taken part in the beauty contest Miss East Africa. As a reminder, during this contest, the Djiboutian candidate, and following her remarkable participation of the Syria 2021, won the prize of honor, rewarding her first participation in a beauty contest of regional scope. In a warm exchange, the Miss thanked the minister for her support, thanks to which she was able to participate in the contest and realize her dreams. The minister said she was delighted to receive our young Miss, whose natural elegance and equalness made her an ideal candidate, and assured her all her encouragement for her next challenge in the world of fashion and modeling. Moving on to the Mayor of Djibouti, Mrs. Fatuma Usman Awali, where she welcomed today the Mayor of the Somaliland capital, Hargeisa, Mr. Abdul Karim, as she welcomed him at the headquarters of the National Association of Local Authorities. The Mayor of Hargeisa is accompanied by a strong Somaliland delegation of local elected officials. Once arrived at the headquarters of the ANCLD, Mayor Abdul Karim Ahmed Mogi was warmly welcomed by the Mayor of Djibouti, Mrs. Fatuma Awali Usman, the President of the Communes of Djibouti City, the President of the Regional Councils of the interior regions, namely the President of the Regional Council of Dakhil, the President of the Regional Council of Obokh, and the Deputy of the Regional Council of Arta. Let us recall the presence of the members of the National Association of the Djiboutian Local Authorities, which reserved him a warm welcome to the Mayor of Hargeisa. The Mayor of Djibouti, Mrs. Fatuma Awali Usman, first welcomed the Mayor of Hargeisa, Abdul Karim Ahmed Mogi, and his delegation to the headquarters of the ANCLD. Traditional songs and dances marked this welcoming ceremony of the new Mayor of Hargeisa. After this warm welcome, the Mayor of Djibouti City visited the premises of the ANCLD. The Mayor of Hargeisa, the employees provided him with the information to their respective tasks. Thereafter, the Mayor of Hargeisa, accompanied by the Mayor of Djibouti City, have exit to the meeting room. In an intervention by the Mayor of Hargeisa, Mr. Abdul Karim Ahmed Mogi, he expressed his happiness to visit the headquarters of the National Assembly for local communities in Djibouti and thanked the kind reception and hospitality he and his accompanying delegation received. For her part, the Mayor of Djibouti City, Mrs. Fatuma Awali Usman, welcomed the Mayor of Hargeisa and his accompanying delegation. During the ceremony at the headquarters of the National Association of Local Authorities, the Mayor of Hargeisa, Abdul Karim Ahmed Mogi, alongside the Mayor of Djibouti City, Mrs. Fatuma Awali Usman, proceeded to the signing of a book of ANCLD marking his visit to the headquarters. The Mayor of Djibouti City, Mrs. Fatuma Awali Usman, then proceeded to the handing over of a scarf of the ANCLD, showing her entry as a member of the ANCLD. The mayor of Djibouti City, Mrs. Fatuma Awal Usman, has at the end given to the mayor of Hargeisa a gift as a sign of friendship for the local territorial authorities of Djibouti. The traditional family photo closed this beautiful ceremony reserved for the mayor of Hargeisa at the headquarters for the NSLD. The mayor of Hargeisa, Abdelkarim Ahmed Mogi, told the national television his feelings of pride and joy to be in Djibouti. As part of its mission to promote and protect human rights, the National Union of Djiboutian Women, which is also known as UNFD in collaboration with the Coalition of African Organizations for Women's Rights, the Ministry of Women and Family organized an awareness-raising workshop on the Mapto Protocol for the Women's Association of the Commune of Balbala this morning at Kazaf. The workshop was attended by the interim coordinator of the UNFD listing unit, a representative of the UNFD project coordinator, the technical legal advisor of the Ministry of Women's Affairs, and representatives of the women's associations in the municipality of Balbala. The Mapto Protocol, also known as the African Charter on Human People's Rights, is an international protocol of the African Union, leading signatory states to guarantee women's rights, including the right to participate in the political process, social and political equality with men, improved autonomy in their health decisions, the end of female genital mutilation, and forced marriage. At the end, exchange took place between the representatives of the associations to discuss how to improve the rights of women. Under the aegis of the Secretary of State in charge of sports, the Djiboutian Chess Federation organized in close cooperation with the CNOSD the second edition of the Open Chess Tournament at the Goulet Stadium. The tournament included several categories including men, cadets and seniors, and women. In each category, the players fought hard and without mercy for their qualification. This tournament saw a strong participation of more than 40 players from all categories of the company and the presence of several officials. In this case, the Secretary of State in charge of sports, His Excellency Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, the Director of Sports, the Director of the Stadium, Hassan Gouled, the President of the FDE, and the Secretary General of the CNOSD. Indeed, the Djiboutian Chess Federation thanks first the Secretary of State in charge of sports for its presence, its financial, material, and human support, as well as the President of the CNOSD. The goal of this ceremony is to promote and popularize chess games, and especially to detect talents to integrate them in the selection of the national team for 2022. The president of the Djiboutian Chess Federation, Mr. Yassin Suleiman Hassan, addressed in an interview with the national television about the Djibouti Chess Federation and said that the Chess Game Federation is planning to launch a tournament between local and regional communities. The stage of pre-selection for these tournaments will be to choose the best in each region and thus conduct the second stage tournament for the municipalities and representatives. And the best from each municipality will participate in the final stage, he added. It will be a tournament that will last more than 5 months. We regret to announce the death of the late Abdullahi Boughali, the deceased, who was born in 1940, was a former contractor in the construction sector, a man of public notoriety and a notable, very known in the construction industry, husband, father, and grandfather. He left a widow, several children, and 24 grandchildren. The deceased was called back to God on December 31st, 2021. May God welcome him into his eternal paradise. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Shifting gears towards the international scene now, our beloved viewers, the chamber where the members are sitting has burned down completely, said Moloto Mutobu, the parliamentary spokesman, adding that the fire is not yet out. No casualties have been reported and the origin of the fire is not known at this stage. One person is being questioned, said President Ramaphosa. Also, recalling visited the scene, police confirmed that they have a 51-year-old man in custody. The fire started around 5 a.m. in the oldest wing of the public building. Part of the roof also collapsed. Well, by this, our beloved viewers, we conclude this edition. Thank you for being with us and make sure to tune in later for more. Have a wonderful evening and thank you for joining us.